Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight I really want to talk about Forza Horizon 5 and it coming out with a 30 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second. Okay, so if you've been watching this channel for a while, you have heard me constantly give PlayStation a hard time about games launching at 4K 30 frames per second. That's no different with Xbox, guys. I really honestly bought the whole marketing, about 60 FPS being, more of the norm this generation. If Xbox is going to do it, then I'm not going to. I cannot say anything else about PlayStation having a 4K 30 FPS mode. As far as I'm concerned, let's see them both. Let's see what the best visuals we can get out of them. I honestly believed that we were going to be moving away from the 30 frames per second, but honestly, if we have, Forza Horizon 4 blew me away with the 60 FPS mode. I was in heaven. Like, I still play that game a few times a month now. For it to completely alter the way that I like to enjoy Forza Horizon 4 now, for them to take a back step to go back to 30 frames per second, like I get it. I'm still hopeful that the performance mode is going. If it comes out at 1080p, guys, this is my final draw. If it comes out at 1080p, I'm just going to download it on Game Pass and play it. I have the $100 version pre-ordered right now. But if that 60 FPS mode is 1080p, I'm just going to play it on Game Pass. I'm not even going to go out of my way to pay for that game. But if the 60 FPS mode is really nice, then I don't know. Ratchet and Clank definitely showed me that the PlayStation 5 can still hold a pretty high resolution, as well as let me go to the comments, guys. They're starting to pile up. You can't expect. Oh, let's see. Question mark. Okay, you can't expect all that visual flair on a console without some compromise. I know. I get that, and that's why, Sev, and that's why, you guys have heard me come out here and call PlayStation out for launching games at 4K 30 still. You guys have heard me call them out. So, it doesn't. It's no different from Xbox. I'm not beholden to either one of these consoles. If they both sold me a console that told me that they could do 4K 120 frames a second. They both advertised that on the box. So I was being lenient and being like, okay, 60, maybe 60 is the sweet spot. The developers confirmed today that the performance mode is 4K 120. They confirmed. They said it's 4K 120. I'm sure Playground said it was 4K 60 FPS. Sorry, 4K 60. It's 4K 60. So what the heck is the 4K 30 mode then, man? I'm sorry, guys. I was at work all day. I'm gonna have to look that up and make sure that I know what I'm talking about, because they said in that freaking thing that it was that there was only going to be ray tracing in the Forza Vista mode. So why would we need a 30 frames per second 4K mode if that was with ray tracing enabled? I'm sure. Yeah, they said Forza Vista. Forza Vista is where you go to view your cars in Forza Horizon. Everybody knows that. Okay, I understand why Flight Simulator is going to need a 30 frames per second mode, because that thing is crushing. That's the new Crisis. It is crushing, 3090s. So, I get that. And for them to even still be able to hit 4K 30 is kind of amazing to me. 4K 30 with ray tracing in the... See, I'm frustrated now, okay? There's no way that I could not come out after calling PlayStation out on their 4K 30ness and then not call out Xbox, for doing 4K 30. Oh man. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look that up, okay? Because I don't. If I'm being facetious right now, I'm really not trying to be. Forza Horizon 5 specs. Okay, the performance mode is looking to be 100 or 1440p from what I'm reading. I can link this article for you if you want. Yeah. See, even 1440p is a little bit freaking Forza Horizon 5 minimum specs. Forza Horizon 5. What who's it from? Because I got it says 4K 60 on Xbox website. 1440p is still good. Yeah, I mean 1440p is still 1440p is like the bare minimum I'm willing to go on like a 4K TV. And anything else under that looks just terrible. Okay, let's see. Forza Horizon 5. Sorry guys, I'm really not trying to be, a dick to Xbox if I don't need to be, because their marketing has been pretty fair. It's been pretty consistent. It's been pretty, they haven't really led me astray a whole lot. So last Horizon was 4K 60. Why would this one be different? That's what I'm saying. I mean, we all seen the reveal of Forza Horizon 5. Like, them visuals are freaking amazing. It's better than anything I've seen PlayStation come out with yet. I mean, that definitely looks a lot better than that Horizon Forbidden West they showed us. I mean, that's for sure. I did watch the 4K thing. Check Xbox 2. Check the Xbox 2. But you know what, guys? When I pre-ordered it, it didn't say anything about 60 frames per second. Let me turn my Xbox on and make sure. Because that's where... And then I started seeing like a whole bunch of 30 frames per second. They are pushing ray tracing, what takes hard on. Okay, let me go to the store real quick. Games coming soon. Ooh, Flight Simulator. Dang, they've added some more since the other day. All right, Forza Horizon 5. I've got the... that's the standard. I want the... There it is. That's the one I pre-ordered. Okay, so... Right here, it says optimized for Xbox Series X, Smart Delivery, 4K Ultra, and HDR10. It doesn't say anything on there about 60 FPS. But if you go over here to Battlefield, and you look at Battlefields, it says optimized for Series X, 4K Ultra, HDR10, 60 FPS plus. Everything else says it 60 FPS. When you get up to Flight Simulator, the standard version, 4K HDR10, optimized for Series X. So I don't know, guys. I just watched the trailer for the game. I can confirm that it is some high quality ray tracing being used. I understand the 30 FPS now. Jesus, man. Yeah, like I do get that. Like I do understand, the ray tracing thing, but gosh, man, like what's all this stuff that they were selling us with DirectML and Fidelity FX? Okay, let's see. I just watched the trailer for the game. Hopefully it will be able to get one soon. I don't even have an Xbox. But performances. Yeah, you know what, Mason? Remember what I told you, dude. Get on that the Target website every Thursday. Get up at 5:30 in the morning, your time, your local time is when they drop their stock, for the new consoles and stuff. You got to have the app, the Target app. Make sure your credit card and everything's in there so that when you do check out right at 6 a.m., it will automatically you'll have an easier chance to get it. That's how I got my PlayStation 5. Software has not come to the market yet. What's up, Darkest Hero? How you doing, man? Fidelity FX it should be out by... It should definitely be out by the well, it's supposed to come out on the 22nd of this month. Xbox today said that they are supporting old consoles via cloud to play next gen consoles. That's cool. Yeah, it's gonna be freaking pretty cool, guys. I mean, like, I'm really happy with the Xbox marketing and everything, guys. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like to see pretty visuals, but okay, so take this for instance, okay? Ratchet and Clank with the higher fidelity visuals at 30 frames per second, it's way more jarring than playing like Assassin's Creed Odyssey at 30 frames per second. If that makes any sense, like, cool, but I think the higher fidelity visuals are making the 30 FPS stand out even more. If that makes sense. Um, yeah. Hey there, what's up, Demon? Is it Demon or Demon? Demon. I care about FPS more than resolution. I do to an extent. I mean, I feel like that the okay. So there's two reasons. There's two reasons that I'm going to accept the 4K 30 with the Horizon and be okay with it and still buy it. If this map is like 2 or 3 times bigger than any of the other maps for the Forza Horizons, automatically that will make me happier. They never marketed Forza Horizon to be a 60 FPS. Yes, that's true. That's true. They've never marketed any Forza Horizon game to ever be a 4K 60 game. They've always been a 4K 30. Like, I that's true. That is true. And yeah, and if they do, I mean, so basically, guys, I'm not going to give PlayStation a hard time about 4K 30 anymore. Okay, like, it is what it is. For Horizon said on Twitter today, game is 4K 60 in performance mid. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna have to check that out too, guys. I feel like they can do like a 4K 60 still, but I don't think it's gonna have. I think it's gonna be cut back, a little bit for sure. I can't stand people saying Game Pass is bad for gaming, and low quality content is Game Pass. Yeah, Demon. It's those guys obviously don't know what they're talking about, man. They don't have Game Pass. Like, I can understand if you're an Xbox fan and you've been an Xbox fan for a long time and you already have all their first party games and stuff like that. There is a lot of filler stuff on Game Pass. I'm not going to deny that. There's a lot, and there is a whole lot of indie games on Game Pass. So, like, I get where people are coming from when they're like, oh man, it's all just filler stuff. Like, I get that, especially if they already own all the Xbox games. Then there is a lot of stuff on there. You will never get high quality games like Ratchet and Clank or any first party Sony studio. What the fuck is wrong with people? Yeah, exactly. I mean, guys, I beat Ratchet and Clank in 10 hours. 10 hours on the standard difficulty. So if I was playing it in journalist mode, I probably could have got through it in 6. Because there's 2 other easier levels under the one I played it on. I mean, if I was playing it on journalist mode, I probably could have got through it in like 6 hours. Because it wasn't really like huge or anything, but it was definitely fun. Like, I like to dawdle around in my games when I play them, so it was definitely fun to play. Tagged you on Twitter in a post where he said, okay, cool, I will check that right now. Game Pass is the best. Yes, it is. Game Pass is definitely an amazing value. I stand by Game Pass. If they start okay, so on Halo, they were talking about with Halo today that the battle pass they're selling with that has no expiration date. So that's good, man. I'm happy with that. You buy your battle pass and then you can earn the stuff in the battle pass, like, no matter what. That's freaking amazing. All right, Twitter. Let's see. Okay. Guess what? I don't trust you. Okay. Guess what? I don't trust you. Okay, who's that? All right. Okay. Hi, Mike Brown. How does 60 FPS mode Forza Horizon 5 perform on Xbox Series XS 2K60 or Mike Brown? Performance mode gets you 4K 60 on Series X and 1080p 60 on Series S. So did they just show like a 4K 30 or something? Like I'm freaking confused now. Join me. Okay, live today. We'll do deep. Okay, yeah. All right. 4K 60. Whatever. I'm gonna believe that. That's the developer dude, right? So 4K 30 with ray tracing then, guys? For the Xbox and PS5, I have a Vizio 55-inch M series that does HDR10, Dolby Vision, and the new Vizio M series this year, Mason, they do the VRR as well. So if you get 65-inch M series, you'll get the 120 hertz as well. They don't have that in the 50-inch model though. You have to go 65 or better to get that. But Vizio definitely gives you more bang for your buck. They showed the highest fidelity version of the game for E3. Makes sense. Okay, yep. Yeah, if this dude's saying 4K 60, because I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Series X should be able to do that. Like, performance mode might have ray tracing off. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. I just see that 4K 60 on my in my feeds and stuff, and then it feeds the beast, and then I get a little upset and irritated because, dude, I'm not even joking, man. This high fidelity visuals, they make 30 FPS seem a lot more freaking slideshowy, if that makes sense. At E3, people aren't looking for frame rate or the games. They just to go, hey, that's pretty. Yeah, you're right. That's very true. Why do you think we always get excited when we see some shit from Battlefield and it comes out and it looks all freaking amazing, or Anthem and it looks all amazing, and then what we get is like, whoa. Because I'm not even gonna lie, guys, when they showed the gameplay of Battlefield 2042, I was like, oh gosh, wow, interesting. An open world with ray tracing probably has a lot of yeah, that's probably true. If they okay, so from what I heard during that reveal, they said that the ray tracing was only in Forza Vista. Forza Vista is where you go to look at your cars. You don't drive them in the open world. That's where you go to look at your cars and check them out and stuff. So if that's what they're showing, then if that's what they're saying, like I don't know. Maybe like I'm gonna text this guy back on here. I'm gonna follow Mr. Brown. Okay. So 4Ks, S60s. Performance mode. Okay. Let's see. That's marketing 101. PCs that are more or less equivalent to Series X specs will likely have similar performance, but we'll see at launch. Yeah. Redfall and Starfield are going to be great. Yes, they are. I think they are. I follow this other guy on Twitter, Colt Bullshit Mafia or whatever, and he's like, he made a good point today on Twitter about the fact that all of these games, like Starfield and Redfall and stuff, are going to have more playtime on them than any PlayStation exclusive. And I mean, I find that to be true. Okay, and that way you don't get burned. Yeah, I usually do keep my my expectations pretty low, but for the most part. But then when I see that 30 frames per second thing, I'm just like, oh gosh, man, please don't do this to me. I'm telling you guys, dude, freaking Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 60 frames a second, day one on my Xbox Series X, that ruined me forever. Like I don't want to see 30 frames per second anymore. I don't. I have a hard time. It looks really pretty, but gosh, it just looks the new fidelity in these games just makes it look so much more slideshowy. Like when I was playing WRC9 and TT Isle of Man, because they do have pretty high fidelity visuals in those two games on last gen, and the 30 frames a second, my gosh, dude, it looks hard. I'm almost already done with Ratchet and Clank, and I took my time with that game. Yeah, it was about 10 hours. Yeah, performance mode 4K 60. I just saw that. I could have sworn that they were going to drop when I saw that it was 4K 30. I was really having my doubts about it being 4K 60 as well. I'm not going to lie, guys. So I'm almost already done with Ratchet and Clank. I took my time with it, with that game. I do like Ratchet and Clank, guys. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. I think the story was great and everything. But yeah, dude, I mean, when I looked at my time and it says I'm just under, like, I'm about 10 and a half hours into it, I was like, oh gosh, man, because I saw a lot of other people saying that it was like a 13-hour game and stuff, or 15 hours. And I'm like, dude, I beat it in 10 hours. Imagine if I would have played that in journalist mode. I would have got through it in like 6 hours. I hope there will be 4K 30 graphics turned all the way up, 4K 60 dialed down, lighting and shadows, and then maybe a 1440p 60 mode with graphics turned all the way up if possible. See, you know what, Soulstar? I am kind of curious to how high fidelity visuals are going to look at 1440p. I mean, after playing like just some recent games that have come out at 1440p, that Nair Replicant, and then guys, so I got a $70 for the win. Yeah, I liked it fine too, but it wasn't worth $60. Yeah, I mean, like $60. If it was $60, like, it would probably be fine, for that Ratchet and Clank. It is one hell of a visual showcase, right? For $70. If we look at gosh, that Final Fantasy, Digital Foundry put out a video the other day talking about, like, oh yeah, when we're in this town, we go up there and the doors are all loaded in and stuff. I took 10 freaking pictures while I was playing around with it last night, and there's blurry textures all over in that game. When you're walking with Aerith after you get out of the church and you're walking through the alleys and stuff, I found 10 different places that the visuals were blurry and ugly, and I stood there in the 4K mode for like a few minutes, and they never loaded in. So they told us all that was gone on Digital Foundry. So I don't know who they're treading water for, man. Like, I don't know. Because, I mean, you can see it clearly right there in your game. And they were like, oh, yeah, this stuff is gone, man. But, well, I will give him a little credit because he did say not everything's perfect. But he didn't, like, go out of his way to, like, call that stuff out. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how I feel about Digital Foundry lately, guys. I mean, I like Richard Ledbetter. I like Richard Ledbetter. He's really good at what he does. I like listening to him and stuff. But the other guys, man, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just gonna only watch El Analista debates until I get my own equipment to be able to do my own stuff. PlayStation gets away with charging these dumb prices because fanboys will still pay that price. But that doesn't mean it's worth that asking price. Yeah, that's true. Like, I bought the deluxe edition for Ratchet and Clank. All the cool little armor sets you get are pretty cool, but they do nothing. They're just cosmetic only. So you still want to find the armor in there. Some of the texture on Final Fantasy, yeah, exactly. It looks worse than freaking, even on the new one looks worse. Like, I mean, gosh, dude, they just upgraded this game, and I'm still getting blurry textures in a freaking alleyway that doesn't even, oh, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Like, they say they upgraded it to 4K, but they didn't really do a whole lot of work to it. I'm glad it was a free upgrade, because if they would have charged me for that, I would have been pretty mad. Like, thankfully it's free, but yeah, I don't know. Some of those textures are really, really bad, Darkest Hero. Let's see. Did I miss any other? When chaos is everywhere, Game Pass prevails. Yeah, that's true, man. The Game Pass is definitely a good value. We get Darkest Heroes, we get Dark Alliance here in the next couple of freaking days. I think it was like 7 days away now. Since I haven't gotten a console, should I get Xbox for sure? Right now, I am Xbox One player. So if you're an Xbox One player, Mason, you should be able to order an Xbox right from your console. Just go into the store and go over to the consoles. It's definitely easier to get one that way. I honestly say yes, get an Xbox because you can just pay your $15 a month subscription for Game Pass, and you'll have access to every single Xbox game day one right when it launches. So I think that's Xbox is by far the best value, and with everything they showed us, 20 or almost 30 games coming out before the end of next year, I don't see how that's a bad bet. PlayStation, a lot of stuff got pushed back to next year. I play my Xbox more than I play my PlayStation 5. I usually beat the PlayStation games and then I'm done with them. So I still believe Xbox right now and at this current time is more value because more of your games are getting upgraded, last gen. Especially if you're buying digital games. Yeah, PlayStation is cool, Sony isn't. Yeah, I mean, like right now at this time I do still believe that Xbox is a better value because that $70 price tag for them games is a bit much, and it's not just Sony games, man. You're going to pay $70 for your Call of Duty. You're going to pay $70 for your Battlefield. You're going to be paying $70 for all those games. Where with Xbox, chances are you're going to get some of those games on your Game Pass. Yeah, if you're already in that ecosystem, yeah, definitely get Xbox. It is right now. It is definitely a pretty good value, especially because a lot of these games that are coming out right now are cross-gen. So, I mean, I don't see no reason to be stuck with them to just be able to go ahead. Yeah, surprise Halo multiplayer goes free. Yeah, I mean, they're going to sell you battle passes, but at least they don't expire. So I'm okay with that. I think that's a new take on it. For sure, maybe other games will start doing that because I know I don't have time to sit and get through those battle passes, and frankly, I only buy the ones on Call of Duty just for the characters, and then I'm done. Like I don't even try to open them up. Hey, we have the graphics, the frame rate, and PlayStation games and Game Pass on the PC. Come join the dark side. You're all welcome. Yeah. Man, Sev, PC is pretty expensive to get into, man. Christian Franco. What's the 2? Washington Post spoiled the date for Starfield. Really? It's supposed to come out on 11/11/2022 or 2022. Yeah, I saw that Starscream. I did see that. I'm glad that we saw that today because I was really freaking frustrated. I've been at work all day, guys. I've been working in the sun, man. I'm pretty beat down, and like I didn't really get a chance to really look at my phone today at work. So I was pretty just steaming about it all day. So I'm glad that you guys are more on the ball than I am. We're able to find that information and like talk me back off the cliff pretty quickly because yeah, I was surprised how many of the Xbox games were actually on the series, were only Series X and S. There were a few of them, weren't there? I noticed that. Starfield's just going to be a pretty hard game to get running on last gen consoles, probably. Washington Post posted it like 30 minutes before the conference. Really? They did? Sorry, I mistyped. Multiple 100. Oh yeah, we definitely got a whole lot of 120 FPS games on the Xbox too for $500. Honestly, guys, I'm not even going to lie, dude. When I bought my Xbox Series X, I literally insisted on having it day one because of backward compatibility. That was more than enough for me to upgrade. More expensive upfront, yes, but gets cheaper over time. We don't pay $60 for our games. We don't pay for online multiplayer. We have Game Pass. We have PlayStation games. We don't have to compromise. Yeah, that's true. Well, some of us might have to compromise because the only thing we're going to be able to get right now is maybe a 10 series card. Xbox doesn't launch first-party game for more than 2 years. Um, they, you know, that's that's. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess you're kind of right. You know, no, they just launched. Gosh, what the hell is it? Gears Tactics. I know it's a pretty niche game and all, but it's there. It's exclusive. It's only on the Xbox Series X and S. Have you checked out the Nintendo announcements? I skimmed through them really fast. I was pretty disappointed not to see a new Switch, but they did show the Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid 5 in 2D, which I'm actually pretty kind of excited about that. And people keep paying Game Pass. Yeah, well, dude, we just got MLB The Show 2021, dude. We just got Outriders in April, May, June. I mean, we're getting Dark Alliance, in like a couple of weeks. I mean, like I don't see what the problem is with paying $15 to play these games, man. I mean, Xbox is going to be launching a new first party game every month for like the next, gosh, what did they say? At least 6 months. Have you checked out? Yes, I did. And people came. I am surprised that all of them are going into Game Pass day one. Yep, all of them, but 3 of those games are going to Game Pass day one. Dude, we're getting back for freaking blood on Game Pass, man. Like, everybody, PlayStation dudes are going to have to pay $60 for that. He doesn't. Who is first party? Why is first party so important? It's really not, dude. I mean, I'm not even going to lie, man. I played mostly third party games on my consoles. You know what I mean? Like, first party, I've never really been like a major, like, oh my gosh, like Forza Horizon and Forza games are probably my biggest, my favorite Xbox first party games. So yeah, and there's one every other year, except for last year they didn't do one because they were building. Like I understand now. I mean, we're getting a freaking amazing, beautiful Forza Horizon 5. Fingers crossed, 4K 60. Like, I would be happy if they managed to get that game at 4K 60. I'm going to be pretty happy. Games are games. I got a 13-inch 65 TV VRR TV because I don't have to drop a lot of high-end PC. Yeah. I mean, we can get some pretty nice TVs for the cost of those PCs. That's for sure. LOL. What the freak? What kind of name is that? We have Flight Sim coming. Psychonauts 2. Yeah, I mean, there definitely was a pretty decent drought for Xbox games, but that gap is starting to get filled, and it's starting to look pretty amazing. I mean, I would rather them put out a good game than a rushed game. And Microsoft, dude, Microsoft is backing Xbox 100% now. We're not going to have a problem getting games from Microsoft in the near future. Like, it's going to be pretty overwhelming, to tell you the truth. Breath of the Wild 2 Game of the Year contender for sure. Yes, that is very true. The first Breath of the Wild was freaking amazing, so the second one is probably going to be pretty dang good. And from what I saw, I'm pretty excited about that. I definitely will be getting that one. I have the same TV. It's nice, and I can use it on my PC as well. Yep. Flight Simulator next month. Yes, it's going to be good. First party is good for PR. Let's see. Just like a good game, bro. Don't care who made it. Yep, good games every month the rest of the year. I'm kind of wondering if Halo is going to launch in September, guys. They never gave us a date for that, and if we've got Forza Horizon launching in November, we might actually get Halo in September. They did say holiday, so I mean, can they October maybe? I guess you could start holiday season in October. I enjoyed Flight Simulator. Hope you console guys. I am hoping it's going to be good. Is it 4K 60? What, Isaac? Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6 announcement next year. Microsoft's gonna be doing another a thing on Thursday too at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So that's gonna be pretty cool. They're done with Halo. Just have to release smartly. Yeah, I think that Halo's pretty much done. It looks pretty good now. They're probably still polishing up a little bit of it. I'm thinking that they don't want to like pack out a lot of stuff, so I'm thinking like September, maybe October for it. Flight Sim is also 30 FPS. Yes, that's true. Yeah, K the Barbarian. I am no longer going to call PlayStation out for 4K 30. Like it is what it is. If Xbox games are going to come out at 4K 30, there's no reason to call out PlayStation. It makes no sense. I was pretty disappointed for that, but the event Thursday is mostly for Avowed, which I want to see Avowed. I do want to see Avowed. I really hope that Avowed has a third person cam too. But I don't think they did that with Outer Worlds, so I don't know if that's going to be the case. I do like the fact that Starfield is going to have that, and hopefully we actually get some better third person animations going forward. Fallout 76 was a definitely a good step in the right direction for that. Flight Sim is using the whole world as a map. Yeah, that's I can definitely understand the 30 frames per second for Flight Sim because you'll be able to stream data from the cloud to get actual representation of the world. If I remember correctly, I know that's what they do on the PC, so I'm wondering if they'll be able to deliver that to us as well. But Flight Simulator isn't exactly a high-paced game, so you know what, Christian? To tell you the truth, when I'm playing Ace Combat 7, and that's 60 frames a second. The 60 frames makes it so smooth that the planes look like they're slow. So we'd probably be better off playing Flight Simulator 3 or Flight Simulator at 30 frames per second. To tell you the truth, it might look like there's more speed or something. My problem with Game Pass is they can cheap out in game development because people will keep paying this. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a pretty big concern of a lot of people. So if they do cheap out on on the on the game development, then that means two things. We can either get more content with a lower quality, or I don't think every one of their games are going to do that, though, to tell you the truth. I mean, we're going to get games that are going to be like, what was that one that that Ninja Theory did with the what did they put out, that online game that was kind of dumb? That I don't even remember the name of it. It was so dumb. I have a Series X. I plan on getting a good setup to play. I don't want to use a joystick. I want the full experience. Yeah, if that Flight Sim is pretty good, I'll probably end up buying that stuff. Let me go back up here a little bit. Now that I'm done answering that, let me hide that now. Sorry, didn't mean to leave you on there for so long. No, people will stop paying the subs. Yeah, dude. I mean, if they really do. I don't think any developer want like what Sev's saying, man. What Sev's saying, dude. I mean, like developers want to bring you the best they can. Like it's an art. They want to deliver on their vision, and like I don't see a lot of developers going out of their way to cheap out on Bleeding Edge. That's the one you were talking about. That game was like freaking garbage, man. I don't know. There might have been like 5 or 6 people that liked it, but yeah, dude, that Bleeding Edge thing, like I don't feel like they cheaped out on it. I just feel like it was undercooked, and undercooked. Well, it probably wasn't undercooked. If it would have been more popular, they probably would have supported it longer, but it just means that they can put out a game, take more risks on a game that, might hit it off and might not, I mean, they're not out a whole bunch of money by making that Bleeding Edge, but they could have continued to make it. Then yeah, man, go for it. Imagine the file size of Flight Simulator. It's probably going to be bigger than I want to download, that's for sure. But we're going to do it either way. Probably just have to delete a few of my games or go buy another freaking memory card. Game Pass offers freedom, which offers both bad and good games. Some developers' ideas just aren't. Yeah, exactly. Some games are just dumb. Like, what was that thing that we saw? Those little animals fighting, that stupid game that they showed. Like, what the heck was that stupid garbage? Like, I don't know. It's 100 gigabytes on PC or more. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if it's 100 gigabytes on PC, it's probably going to be pretty big either way. I didn't like it, but they say it was a passion product, so I don't mean. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they want to enable a passion project, something that people really want to make and have diverse games, I guess we really can't call any game stupid, because if you look at something like Roblox, I would never play that, but my daughter plays it every single day. She plays Fortnite every single day. So, yeah, party animals. I'm never going to play that game. I don't know anybody that's going to play that game, but Xbox Game Pass makes it, available. I've seen party animals on PC. It's actually fun. Oh, okay. That's on PC. Well, what's that other game that came out that's out that's pretty popular? That one that is finally coming to Xbox and PlayStation. What the freaking what's the name of that game, guys? That um dude, it's like really popular right now, I think still. Not flat out. Thought Oreo would be dude, Oreo is one of the freaking Oreo is an amazing game, dude. I love Ori and the Will Wisp. Hades, that's gonna be amazing. The game looks like it will be a blast. Which one, Hades? Yeah, I think Hades is going to be pretty fun. If they hit more than 50 million subs on Game Pass, they will be making more money than individual sales. Yeah, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Just being able to hit that. Do you recommend the series? Um, I do. I bought one. I'm probably going to end up having to buy another one. I do recommend it. It's just as fast as the onboard is the onboard storage. So yeah, I do, because then you can have more games downloaded at a time. Either that, or get yourself a 2 terabyte. Um, it, get yourself a 2 terabyte SSD that you can external that you can swap out your games. I think you could probably get one of those for, if you get like an older one, like not a NVMe, but I definitely think it's a good thing. Yeah, you get double the storage for another couple $100. Fall Guys, that's it. You got it one. That's the one I'm talking about. Exactly. That Fall Guys, that game's pretty freaking popular, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes out like that nobody really thinks about, but like kids play that stuff. They love it, man. The developers only can do with the budget they have. PlayStation games are expensive, but you know, I totally agree with you on some of that, but I mean, I just got done paying $85 and completing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I beat that in 10 and a half hours on the standard mode. I'll probably never play that game again, man. Like, I mean, it was a great story, but I don't ever really see myself being like, oh yeah, I want to go back and collect all the stuff on Ratchet and Clank. Those levels were pretty small. I mean, it depends. Like, I do want to play it because I mean, it's beautiful and stuff, so I want to keep seeing that beauty. But like, I mean, once you get done with a game like that, if you don't have motivation in you to continue playing it or going back to it, then that's literally, $85 for one experience. But I have no problem with that, because if I took my family out and we saw a Disney Pixar movie and we bought snacks and everything, I would have spent well over $85 on that. So I don't personally have a problem with the 10 hours for that, to see that game, because it is one of the best looking visual experiences I've seen on my PlayStation 5 to date. So it's better than everything else. Companies other than Seagate should come out with SSD expansion cards. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they did that, but I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Let's see. Just joined. Is this real? Yeah, everything is real. They need an adapter so that you can plug in multiple Seagates. Let me take that freaking thing off the screen, guys. Oh, I forget to hide them sometimes. All right, so okay. Just joined. Is this real? They need an adapter so they can plug in multiple Seagates. Okay. Developers, they have my respect. They are artists, but the developers only can do it. Yes. I think I already read that. There's only 4K 60 mode as well. One of the devs tweeted it out. Okay. Which is why Xbox is funding a lot of these games. Okay. Even if Bethesda games come to PlayStation 5, they most likely won't have mods like Xbox. Yeah, I don't think any of the Xbox games are going to be coming to PS5 anymore, guys. I think that era is done, come and gone. I think that Bethesda is Xbox now. They're not going to go out of their way to make PlayStation 5 games, guys. That's not why Microsoft bought Bethesda. Microsoft bought Bethesda for Bethesda to make Xbox games and games that are going to continue to help Game Pass grow. But you have an issue with a guarantee that the game will be paid for upfront and gain an audience regardless. Seb makes a good point, man. If more people, gamers are picky, man. If we can get on there and like try new experiences for $15, like, I mean, more people are willing to try more stuff if they have that ability to. I know before, when I was younger, I couldn't go out there and buy every game I wanted right when I wanted to. Xbox is expanding its markets, so they are not only in consoles. Yeah, exactly. They're moving forward. They're over. I mean, how many cell phones are out there in the world right now? Like 7 billion. I mean, there's 7 billion people, and almost everybody has a smartphone now, or at least a lot of people do. And every single one of those phones have games on them. So if you can put Game Pass on that and play your games in the cloud, why wouldn't Microsoft want to be in that market? There's a lot of phones out there. It just makes everything better. Oh, the Take-Two presentation? Oh, that was great, man. Virtue signaling. Oh yeah, we like diversity and blah blah blah. Like, I'm so done with that crap in video games, guys. I don't. I mean, I don't want to be insensitive to anybody, but yeah, I don't really give it. I don't really care. Like your freaking your life and your personal stuff. That's you, man. I don't really care. I don't care about the virtue signaling stuff. I don't. I mean, at my age, I'm 40 years old. I grew up. I don't know, man. Like, I grew up in a different time, than what's going on right now. It just seems stupid. All this pandering, for stuff that I don't know. You make your point. What do you think? Yeah, I think the Take-Two presentation was garbage. You make the point. Our quality is bad because of Game Pass. Then you tell me I have to respect you, but I don't seem to understand the Game Pass. Yeah, dude, Game Pass is amazing for devs, man. They get paid to make games that they want to make, and then I like xCloud. I envy kids these days. Games. Yeah, exactly. They don't have to work. They can get away with not working a 40-hour week. Like, yeah, dude, these kids are freaking spoiled brats these days. One, do not know what these mamas out there need to quit coddling these little boys. I'm not joking, dude. They can't work a 40-hour week. They get stressed out. They have anxiety. Like, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? PlayStation doesn't take risks. Xbox is also making a new console already. Yes, they're going to be making new consoles a lot, probably. PlayStation doesn't have to take risks. They play it safe, dude. Every PlayStation game I've played in the last freaking 15 years has been a safe game template. I mean, everything has been safe except for Dreams. Dreams wasn't exactly safe. Neither was Concrete Genie, but yeah. Actually, you know what? If you come to think about it, the Order 1886 wasn't exactly safe either, but it was. So Sony had their whole business plan destroyed from the PS5 shortage. Yeah, pretty much. That PS5 shortage is really going to come back and bite them. What do you guys think the headlines are going to be here in like 4 years? So, what was the final? So, why exactly did PlayStation fall from grace? Xbox killed it with that showing the other day for the most part. If they keep doing what they've been doing, up to E3, like giving us good news every other week or every week or something, I don't know, man. With PlayStation being pretty quiet and they still haven't let me upgrade my SSD, that's really frustrating. And it's such a pain in the butt too. If you want to transfer your PS5 games to your external, it takes freaking forever. And you have to stay on that screen the whole time. It's so irritating. If I was a mobile gamer, I'd rather pay for Game Pass than pay the typical microtransaction ridden stuff that gets pushed out. Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly why I really hope that gaming doesn't go that way, doesn't go the way of the mobile. You can already see Ubisoft getting into it. Square Enix made me so mad the other day talking about mobile this, mobile that. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing about this mobile garbage. PlayStation will go to day and date PC releases. Yeah, exactly. I guarantee you by the end of next year, select PlayStation 5 games are going to launch day one on PC. On the other hand, Xbox adapted by, yeah, exactly, dude. And Xbox is growing rapidly because of their decisions early on to support cross-generation, to bring their games to PC day and date. PS SSD is overheating the system. I really hope not. I bought a heat sink to go on mine as well, so I'm really hoping that it'll be fine. I bought the Samsung 980 Pro for mine. As soon as they unlock it, I'm going to put that bad baby in there. Sorry, with the light. The 1 terabyte model. And then I bought a heat sink to put on it, and it fits in there. The PS5 SSD is a gimmick and nothing more. Yeah, for the most part, everything that I saw like on Ratchet and Clank that traveling it was all scripted and everything, so it didn't really do anything major. Why is mobile gaming not even on Apple? Yeah, exactly. It's weird. Nobody cares about Android. Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares. Like all those stupid games are just dumb anyways. Like I don't want to play any of that mobile stuff. I refuse to even download that stuff on my phone. There was one mobile game I did play, and that was that stupid zombie game. Before I started hating zombies, or not hating zombies, but being done with zombie games. And that was pretty cool. Xbox News, we're dropping 27 games day one on Game Pass. Yeah. And that is freaking pretty amazing because what's Sony saying? They basically came out and said, oh, well, we're not really going to do anything else this year. You're getting Godfall coming to PS4. I'm like, Godfall, I thought this game could only run on a PlayStation 5, dude. I was like, what the heck? How's that even possible? Are you telling me the PlayStation 4 is still amazing? Godfall sucks anyways. The PlayStation 4 guys can definitely. I mean, nobody cares about that game. Why are they even trying to put it on PlayStation 4? Why would they screw their own narrative that game can't run on a PlayStation 4 to put it on a PlayStation 4? I think my honest personal opinion, I think they could find a way to get Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart running on the PlayStation 4. If I had to choose a side, I would go with Xbox though, because they don't treat PC gamers like second-class citizens. Yeah. As soon as PlayStation really does start launching their games day and date on the PC platform, people are really going to start seeing exactly what PlayStation games are. I mean, that's PlayStation games are really carefully crafted of games, and that's a space expansion is finally here. They saved the industry. Yeah, because they don't have enough people at PS5. Ooh. For Xbox, what's that? Xbox fanboys, everything cool that PS5 has SSD is good. I don't think that no, dude. I don't think it's a gimmick. I mean, that loading on Ratchet and Clank, dude, is pretty freaking fast. I mean, it is. Like either way you go, both of these SSDs are going to be pretty fine. So what we're saying is, I mean, the SSD on the PlayStation 5, I don't even think we've truly seen exactly what it's going to do in the future. Ratchet and Clank is probably the closest we've got, and that's blazing fast, man. Like that game loaded pretty fast. There's really limited pop in. Didn't really see a lot of pop in my play in that game. Like I'm on board with the PlayStation 5 SSD. I just think the way they're marketing it is kind of gimmicky because, I mean, yeah, I mean, it kind of just, I think they're hyping either. I don't think PlayStation's hyping it up. I think people in general, PlayStation fanboys, are hyping it way more than it needs to be. PlayStation games are third-person open world action adventure games with stealth elements and nothing more usually. Yep, they're definitely pretty safe. I do enjoy my gaming PC, but honestly, I prefer my Xbox or PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, that's just me, man. I grew up playing console games, so that's probably where I'm going to stay, is in the console games. I'm mostly worried about temperatures in both boxes. My Xbox, super freaking cool. PlayStation 5, it doesn't heat up that much, man. It didn't even heat up that much while playing Ratchet and Clank, and that game was pretty graphically demanding. So, yeah, I am a PC gamer. Nice try, but the reason it is a gimmick is because it does nothing special that other SSDs can't do. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely faster than what's been on the market, but I mean, this SSD right here that I bought to upgrade my PlayStation 5 is 7,000 megabytes a second read speed, which is faster than the PlayStation 5. So, I mean, we already have better, and they still haven't opened the bay for me to expand my SSD. I know they finished the Nathan Drake story, but would love Uncharted to get. Yeah, exactly. We're probably are going to get an Uncharted game, but it's going to be Nate's daughter. They've kind of set that up in Uncharted 4. Yeah. Uncharted 2 would be cool. I wouldn't actually mind them just upgrading 4 and Lost Legacy, honestly. I mean, if they gave us like 4K with higher fidelity visuals, that'd be amazing. At 60 frames a second, that'd be way cool. An SSD is an SSD. Yep. It's a gaming PC, but not top of the line. Games will play in high-end mode, but to me, there's nothing better than, yeah, dude. I feel more comfortable playing on a console, anyways. I'm gonna buy a PC, but I'm gonna use it mostly for my sim racing. Inception. Uncharted 2 would be pretty cool. Yes, that's the one I'll start with then. Not invested in Nathan Drake. Oh, you haven't played NBM? You haven't played any of those yet? Those Uncharted? Oh, you'll start with the new one with the daughter. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be his daughter. That's kind of where they were going with that story, introducing the daughter at the end of Uncharted 4. I think it'll be all right. I mean, we already have Tomb Raider, and I love Tomb Raider. That's just the thing. I like those adventure games like that. I do. I like that kind of stuff. I like being able to go and see new environments and, explore good story games and stuff. And Nathan Drake, is definitely one of those games that I do like. A game on my PC because I want the best graphics and frame rates. Yes, I do want freaking nice graphics and stuff like that. I do like nice graphics. I'm kind of a graphics whore, honestly. But honestly, that's kind of changed a little bit this generation too, because I was in that camp that was like, I don't care, man, if it's 30 frames a second, I'll play it, as long as it's got good graphics. But then, Assassin's Creed comes out and freaking now my world's upside down, guys. Like it just is. Like I've completely changed my whole outlook on things, and I prefer the performance more than I prefer the really. I don't know. I still prefer the really pretty graph, but I definitely want to see that 60 FPS become the new standard and the graphics built in that mode. I don't really care for 30 FPS anymore. If it's an amazing game, I'll tolerate it, but I would prefer not to have to tolerate that. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Once that Azu, once the Xbox One X came out, man, Microsoft, dude, once Phil Spencer took over, Microsoft has been on a mission to bring gaming to everyone, and like they're doing a pretty knockout, pretty they're doing a pretty good job, man. I'm actually pretty happy with their. I think a console is a nice device for a budget-minded gamer who still wants a good experience, but if you really want the best experience possible, the PC is no doubt. Yeah, definitely. I do not disagree with that statement whatsoever. PlayStation's and we've always had for me at my age, being a gamer, PC is actually where most of my peers are now. So for me to continue buying consoles is more of a love of the console and stuff. Like I still love the consoles. I feel like Game Pass is due for another big third party game soon. Yeah, it's coming out in about a week, man. Uh, Deadly Alliance. Is it Deadly Alliance or Dark Alliance? Dark Alliance. It's coming out here in a couple days, and it's a third-party game. And you're gonna get You're gonna get Back for Blood on your Game Pass subscription here shortly too, in October. PC can be so expensive. Oh yeah, I'm definitely, man. If I could find like a good card right now, I'd probably get it, pretty soon. But Sony is more expensive. Yeah, Sony is pretty freaking expensive. I've had PCs since 2013, but it's too too inconvenient to game on. I'm too flaky, so being able to jump in and out easily makes me much more likely to play at all. Yeah, dude. I mean, I hear a lot of different things. I mean, like my perception of gaming on PC is definitely, when I buy it, it's mainly going to be for my racing sims. If you want to play everything in PS5, I think it is up front, but I mean, you won't have to buy all the. I mean, you won't have to pay for the online subscription, Mason. You won't have to pay. The games are definitely cheaper when they first come out. You get more options. I mean, like I can definitely see. I mean, if you think about it, last generation, Mason, I bought a PlayStation 4 when it came out. I bought an Xbox One a little while, like when Blizzard Mountain first launched. Forza Horizon 3. Then I bought a PlayStation 4 Pro. I bought an Xbox One X, and then that PlayStation 4 Pro that I had, started having problems, so I got rid of that and bought another one. I bought the PlayStation VR. If I would have invested in a PC back then with all that money, that's well over a couple $1,000 for all those systems that I bought just last generation, and now I'm already another $1,300 into this new generation of systems. So, I mean, if I would have invested all my money in that PC as opposed to all these consoles, I mean, my PC would still be performing. If I had like a 2070 Super or 2080 Super card or whatever, I would still have. I would still be neck and neck with the consoles in their current form right now. So, yeah, dude, if I would have invested all that money in that, being a multi-system, gamer, yeah, dude, I've got 2 Switches. I mean, yeah, so I definitely could have bought a really nice PC that I would be at right now at this point. I would probably be looking to get upgrade to like a 3080 card. You know what I mean? To increase my or getting a new. Could have spent that next $1,000 that I spent on these two consoles buying, a new graphics card and a new CPU to upgrade that. So, I mean, but if you're a console gamer that's just buying one console, then yeah, no, I mean it might even out, over the long run. But if you're a multi-platform gamer like me, yeah, you're gonna definitely with the 27 Super, you would probably be more than neck and neck with the current console. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If I still had a last gen 2070 Super, if I would have spent all that money on that. But I mean, let's be real though. Like when the Xbox and PlayStation or Xbox One and PlayStation 4 first came out, weren't we still at the 10 series cards or something like a 1050 or 1080 Ti or something? If you commit to playing it for as long as you possibly can, meaning past its relevance and competitive edge, and even then, maybe not. I mean, for me though, the value of going like all PC and everything, and having the newest and greatest technology would probably satiate me pretty well too, though, because then I'd be able to see a lot of freaking amazing stuff. But yeah, but I have used my Xbox One since 2014. Staying on one console series XS and getting easy to find deals for yearly Game Pass subscription is definitely the cheapest and more free to play games. I don't need to. Yeah, there's definitely ways to get to extend your subscription on Xbox without paying a whole lot of money. There's always ways to find good deals on that. I've seen a few actually myself. Laptops are not worth it, I don't think. I'm almost 40. I like my consoles. PC is cool, but at least for now, it's not for me. Yeah, I mean, see, I'm in the same boat as you. I'll be 41 this year. Pay. And I still, man, I didn't even start thinking about going PC, until pretty recently, and now I do want to go PC for my sim racing games because there's more options out there right now that are like after I played Assetto Corsa Competizione, it was like, oh my gosh, I need to see what else is out there. Like they made the Xbox One X. I'm not saying consoles are bad. I'm saying you seem to be misguided by thinking PC is more expensive than consoles. You guys pay more for games online and peripherals than any PC gamer I know. Yeah, that I'm not gonna lie, dude. Being a console gamer is kind of, for me, I know it's pretty expensive because I buy a lot of my games day one right when they come out, and I always pay my subscription fees. I always, I've got not one but two Xbox Series X Elite Series 2 controllers. Like, I mean, it's pretty expensive, and those are $200 a piece. That's $400 right there just in peripherals. I got two PlayStation 5 controllers. They're $80 this generation. I've got a PSVR and all the stuff that goes with that. I've got my racing sim rig. That cost me well over $1,000. But I can use my sim rig on the. I have one Elite controller. Yeah, I have two of the Elite Series 2s. When I first got mine, it lasted about 4 months till I got stick drift. So I sent that back to Microsoft to get fixed, and I bought another one to play on while I was waiting for that to come back. So yeah, that was pretty freaking. After I used that controller, there was no freaking way to go back. That was it. That was where I don't want to use any other controller. PlayStation 5 controller, I mean, it's fine and all, but it does feel a little cheap at the same time, if that makes sense. 4K 60 confirmed by Playground. Yep, I know. We've established that. I've seen the text from the man himself on Twitter. I just seriously was at work all day and did not have time to really check things out. And I, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I've called PlayStation out numerous times for 4K 30. So there was no way in hell I wasn't going to call Xbox out if they were doing the same thing. But we have established that it is 4K 60. Yeah. The current PC generation is still better performance than the console, even the last generation. So not sure what you mean by that. Yeah. I got a 3-year warranty. Oh, on your controller. I bought, because I have Verizon, so I just got the house insurance, you know, like my phone through Assurant, and they'll replace anything that gets broken, even my TVs. So yeah, I'm pretty good with that. Up to $4,000 a year, they will replace stuff. So for $25 a month, all my stuff is warranted now. When do you think they'll make a better console than the Xbox Series X? Probably in like 3 years. I mean, was leaving work and ran into a skunk running away was the only way to win. PS5 is really expensive in the long run if they continue the $7. Yeah, they're not going to be changing that $70 price tag anytime soon. That's set in stone. That's going forward. Microsoft's you're going to be paying $70 on Xbox for games as well. That Sony's the market leader. They're setting the new price. I personally don't have a big problem with paying $70, but I want better value for my $70 than what I've been getting. You know, I mean, I'm sick and tired of being a freaking a game tester, like having to buy the games and test the games until they get them fixed and then they sell them for half price. Like I'm getting pretty tired of that crap. I am tired of buying games day one and then having them not work and not perform. And then if they're going to raise the $70 price, like Returnal just barely got that balancing patch I said they needed in my review just yesterday. Xbox seems to be more forward thinking than the competition. I feel good about the future. MBMTX, not necessarily PC gaming price, depends on what you want and what you are willing to pay for the set for you. Set the budget. I really buy games at launch. Yeah, dude, I buy basically everything at launch. I'm pretty stupid for that too. But that's why I started this YouTube channel, so I can buy them games at launch and tell you if they're worth buying or not. I mean, everybody seems to be singing the praises of the PlayStation games at launch when they come out, and Returnal was broken. Ratchet and Clank, I'm okay with the price of Ratchet and Clank, purely for the next gen showcase that I got for it. I definitely wanted to see what my PlayStation 5 can do, and it showed me. So I was willing to make that price, and I said that in my review. You know, I mean, I definitely found a way to get my value out of it. But for you, if you're going to buy that game, like, it's good, but it would feel even way better. And we're going to grow and get them review codes. Yeah. Even if I get review codes, I'm still going to keep. I mean, I have gotten a couple review codes already, but I still ended up buying those games because I didn't get the review codes till after the games launched. So I'd already bought the games. I mean, at least I want to try the game before giving $70. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, dude, if you live in the EU or whatever, man, gosh, dude, that's even more than what we're paying here, man. So I don't understand, you know, like, that's stupid, you know. Evan, so then you're trading the performance edge. Oh, how many hours you got? I got exactly. I don't know exactly because it doesn't tell me. But if I go into my profile or whatever, and it shows you know, like, an average of how many games, it says 11 hours, but I'm pretty sure it's less than 11 hours. It's probably rounded up to 11 hours because I feel like I only played it for like 10 and a half. So I got about 10.5 on the standard difficulty. Apparently, a lot of reviews said it was 13 hours or whatever. If I would have played that on journalist mode, it probably would have been like 6 hours, man. It wasn't like a super, super difficult game. What's going on out there? Food. Oh, I see. Is food done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I told you I'm live. You could come in while I'm live, babe. It's just when I'm recording videos, it makes me forget stuff. Okay, guys, I guess it's dinner time. Yes, it does have replayability in the sense that you can go back to every world that you've been to, and there are secrets and stuff that you can find. The story is pretty, like, once you've seen the story, though, like, I don't really see it's not really a story I would need to see more than one time. So, and the gameplay on it is pretty, I mean, it's not really innovative over anything else that you've seen. They have added more stuff to do, like traversal wise and gameplay mechanic wise, but not to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, this is like the super, super duper next gen experience. That no, it's not that. It's a beautifully crafted next gen showpiece. It's definitely built to showcase your PlayStation 5. And you get a good story, so it's not bad. Series S performs damn good for the price. Yeah, exactly. $300 for that Series X is an amazing value. You're making an argument in bad faith. There's always a balance between price and performance, but nowadays you're not going to get that. Yeah, I mean, to get 11 hours for $80 or $70, yeah, 11 hours is. I even said that in my review. That's kind of a hard sell for a lot of people. 11 hours for $70 is pretty hard. But I mean, I was able to find the value in the game. I think it was great. Like it definitely showed me what my PlayStation 5 can do. It did have a good story. The characters were really good. I definitely think it would be a lot better at $50, and it would be even way better on PS Plus. So there you go, man. Like, I do think it was a good game, and I do like Playground games, so I had no problem supporting them. But yeah, dude, some people aren't going to get. I don't want to quote Angry Joe here. Well, what did Angry Joe say? I haven't watched Angry Joe for a little while, guys. I do like Angry Joe, so but yeah, 10 hours is what I got out of that, and I feel like that's about what I got out of the last game too. I mean, they're not like super complicated game mechanics, guys. It's freaking Ratchet and Clank, dude. It's built for kids. If you're a grown man like me and you're buying that game expecting to play hundreds of hours, that's not the case. Hey, Frog, it looks like I got here late. I'm sure someone told you. Yeah, somebody told me. I saw the tweet. Dude, I was at work all freaking day, man. I was sitting there freaking out about it. I got on here, and you guys know me. I call out PlayStation all the time for this 4K 30 stuff, so there was no way in hell I wasn't going to call out Xbox for the same thing, but I'm happy. I've seen the tweet, and that's my expectation, so I'm hoping that it's met. Dude, Ratchet and Clank basically showed me that 4K 30 and 4K 60 is still very much possible on these consoles, so I'm happy. I'm not going to complain about that no more. If there is a 4K 30 mode, if Xbox puts out games with a 4K 30 mode, like, it is what it is, because as long as they have that 60 FPS mode, I'm probably going to be happy. I'm surprised it got so much publicity, to be honest. I mean, PlayStation's had better franchises. Azu, when I first started playing PlayStation games, they had some amazing games. Okay, PlayStation 2 was probably the pinnacle of my PlayStation fanboy, my PlayStation, fandom or whatever, because I had SOCOM, I had Gran Turismo, I had Sly Cooper, I had everything, and I was still young enough to where those games were still cool, like Ratchet and Clank, everything. PlayStation 2, like Jack and Daxter, we had, oh yeah, dude, there were so many good games that they've killed off so many series that I liked. We had God of War. PlayStation 2 was the pinnacle of PlayStation for me. PlayStation 3 is when everything really started to go more. They started to scale back and start playing things a lot safer, and now we're just getting some. Sly Cooper is much better than Jack and yeah, definitely, dude. I love Sly Cooper. I love Jack and Daxter though too. Okay, let's break it down then. Severn Evans calling it in fact is even worse. Sorry, guys, Severn and NB. I'm kind of like not seeing all of your guys's thing, but okay, 3060 Ti is 400. Is a 3060 Ti only $400? I've watched Jay's 2 cents on these cards. I definitely watch a lot of him when he talks about stuff. Do you guys ever watch that guy Jay's 2 cents? Do you guys think he's pretty good to get information from when it comes to PC stuff? $60 for every game you want to play. What happened to the Max? Yeah, exactly. Max Payne, dude. Max Payne needs to freaking come back. There were so many games on those older systems that, got us into, playing games in the first place. And a lot of those series are gone now, man. I mean, PlayStation's closed down so many of my favorite franchises that I don't know, man. Is it even worth, staying on there? And, I mean, like I'm still going to be there for as long as they keep making single player first party, one and done games. I'm definitely there. Evans Game Pass, mine averages around $7 a month for the first 3 years. Yeah. If you just buy 3 years of gold and then convert it to Game Pass for a year, you get 36 months of Game Pass Ultimate. So, I mean, that's a pretty freaking good value. Oh, man. But my friends, I am going to go eat dinner. Mama wants me to come and eat dinner. So I appreciate you guys for stopping in and talking about this. I'm glad that we got that figured out because I was kind of freaking out about it. I was at work all day and I couldn't really look at anything or see what was going on. So I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you. Definitely see you guys, again tomorrow. I like and trust Jay's 2 cents more than Unbox Therapy. Okay, yeah, I kind of like Jay's 2 cents too. I really like that guy. I like the way he presents things. I like like he feels genuine. All back piece. See it, he does it, man. See it. I really appreciate you guys coming. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're still here and you haven't subscribed, definitely really appreciate the support. We're definitely growing pretty quick, guys. So, yeah, thank you for coming tonight.